touching the lives of local people every day.
Hello and welcome to Business Extra. You join us at the Royal Norfolk Show because, let's face it, the whole of the Norfolk business community decamps here for a couple of days of the year. So why do they do it, and why do they make such a big effort when they do come along? Before that, let's get the business headlines from the week.
A major health check of the Norfolk economy has found it's growing quicker than the national average, but it's not all good news. The Norfolk Limited study looks at the performance of the 100 largest companies in the county. It found that profits fell across all sectors by 11% to £212 million, with the strongest drops in the oil, gas and energy firms. The county's leading businesses did increase employment and investment though, and turnover grew by 2.8% overall to £5.5 billion. The new owner of Norfolk car maker Lotus is weighing up whether to start production in China. Having completed the £100 million takeover of Lotus, the chairman of Geely suggested some of the cars could be manufactured overseas. But the company has since reaffirmed its commitment to keeping Britain as the home of Lotus. A spokesman said they wanted to revitalise the brand with new investment and a widened car range. A funding scheme aiming to help the county's rural businesses still has £6 million to give away. It's called the Leader Programme and it's managed by Norfolk County Council. They distribute cash from the European Agricultural Fund for Rural Development, with successful applicants including everything from building a new wedding venue to turning an old farm building into a dog-friendly cafe. So far, £1.5 million have been allocated to 41 rural businesses, but £6 million is still there to be bid for. And finally, hundreds of young women from Norfolk have been getting career advice this week at an event called the Inspiring Females Summit. It's the second time it's been hosted by Norwich High School, bringing a panel of inspirational women together to talk to students. The panel featured everyone from journalists and lawyers to businesswomen and chefs, with 500 guests taking part in workshops and asking questions.
The focus of the day is on providing coaching and mentoring for young women as they think about their careers and things like mentorships and internships, and preparing them for the world of work and life beyond school.
Thank you very much indeed. You join us back here at the Royal Norfolk Show, where you just have to walk down any of the alleyways here to see it's a real who's who of Norfolk businesses. But why is it such a big part of the Norfolk business calendar?
It is primarily an agricultural event, but we do see it as more than that. It's an opportunity for all the businesses, all the business people in the area to come together and meet on an informal basis, exchange information about what's going on in their business, or just getting to know people on a personal level. It actually fits in perfectly well with the ethos of our business, where we do like to get to understand them as individuals. So this gives us a perfect opportunity to do that. You see people here who've got very prominent positions in local business, all out, relaxing, having a good time. Perfect opportunity to catch up with them in an informal environment. It's a wonderful event. I look forward to it every year.
Let's not forget that it is the largest two-day agricultural show in the UK, attracting over 80,000 people, over 700 businesses and thousands of competitors, exhibitors, people coming to demonstrate, to show, explain. There's a huge number of people here. There's a huge number of people and organisations who have invested in the show in terms of what they are providing. But of course, as you say, it is the flagship event of the county. It is well respected nationally as a great show, a royal show.
I mean, we've constantly looked at our show budget. We do a number of county shows and small regional shows, but even in the sort of dark days of 2008, we decided we should keep the presence at our regional agricultural shows, because it's a major opportunity for us to interact with our core client base. We're probably 65% weighted into agriculture, and so interacting with farmers, landowners, property owners at this event is a big deal for us, really. And we find it a good opportunity to meet existing and new clients.
Well, it's a fantastic event. There's 80,000 people here. We are a business that is mainly business to business. So this is one of the big occasions where we meet our customers. We sell beer directly to them, and we can talk and chat with them, get their feedback. and actually have people enjoying Woodfordes in the main event of the calendar.
We're a cross-sector business, so we're not just rural. We actually have residential, commercial, development, and actually this show isn't just about rural. Obviously the rural is the theme and innovation and everything else, but actually Norfolk turns up, and that's what we find year on year. Such a cross-section of Norfolk and the people that we know as part of that Norfolk economy that we relate to. They come along and they support us and we support them. You know, you slightly wonder, would the younger people still generationally on want to come to the Norfolk show? My children, did and still do when they come back to Norfolk. So it just seems to go across everything, really. It is something that happens in the summer months, and obviously there's a bit of retail here. There's a bit of there's exhibition and there's events going on in the showground, and there are places where people can pop in and see their kind of business friends. So it just covers so many sectors.
It's a bit of a no-brainer, really. Walked around it last year with the view to coming this year, and looked at who was here, the opportunity, the networking, the people, just the crowds. Realised it was something we had to be at. We're a well-established Norfolk business, and I think it would be remiss of us not to be here in some ways. We've got a lot of clients here, and I think it's nice for them to be able to come along and enjoy a cup of tea and meet the team, meet their execs, meet Alan. A lot of people still don't know that there's an Alan Boswell, which there is, so it's important that they meet him.
You know, most of the contact that we have with people is when we send them their bill. But, actually, there's so much that's going on. It is a fascinating story. And also, it costs us millions and millions of pounds to run these networks. And we want to find out, what are people's priorities? What do they want us to do for the future? What do they want us to invest in? And without, explaining to them where their water comes from and how those networks are run, then it's very difficult for them to sort of give us that feedback. So we want to give them all the information and then find out their feedback. What are their priorities?
With around 80,000 people expected across the 2 days of the show, even with the dodgy weather, it's still seen as a great chance to get your name in front of customers and clients, both current and ones for the future. And that can only help some of Norfolk's most famous brands and businesses.
We're lucky, we do have good brand awareness in Norfolk, but this is much more than Norfolk wide as an event. People are coming from all over the UK to come here, so it's nice to have that brand awareness. There is no really agenda for us being here. It's about meeting clients, meeting colleagues and saying hello, absolutely.
It's about sort of communion with your customers, but there's also about building your brand and building awareness, and for people seeing you at this major event is really, really important. Equally, there's decision makers wandering around who you meet during the 2 days. So it really is the one big event in Norfolk where you have the opportunity to meet your customers, but also meet business associates and suppliers and actually celebrate the year that you've just been through. But Norfolk's great because it's incredibly loyal to its own brands. There is a sort of sense of support and loyalty to brands that are produced in Norfolk, and obviously we're using Norfolk barley, so there's a continuity of what we do and where we get our raw materials from that makes all the difference.
All we do know is that we make contact with all the people that we know well anyway, but others we don't know, more importantly the ones that we only see every so often, and therefore it's a great chance for us to make sure that we're doing everything we can for those people and they're aware of what Savills can do for them. The other thing is you're meeting people and they're meeting other people as well. So it isn't just about us. We can introduce people to other people, which sparks some conversations which can then lead in all sorts of directions that you never know what the outcome might be.
I mean, we've spoken to thousands of people so far. We've been at the Lincolnshire show, we've been at other country shows. This is the biggest one we've been to so far, and then we're out across the rest of the region throughout the summer. And it's just great to hear people's feedback. And I've been talking to people today and they're saying, I save water whenever I can. I've got water butts, I turn the tap off when I brush my teeth, and that's music to our ears. So just really getting that response, especially from young children who are amazed by where our water comes from and where it goes to.
The biggest value for us is just simply having the opportunity to sit down and talk with people, not necessarily sign people up. That's not what we're here for. We're just here to get to know people better and talk to them and catch up.
So whatever your business, it seems the Royal Norfolk Show is still the place to be. Now that's all the time we've got for this week. As ever, you can get in touch on Twitter. We are at MustardTV. The hashtag is BusinessExtra. Have a very good night.
course, touching the lives of local people every day.